Hello viewers, so today in this video we are going to see how to set up an AWS server with FastAPI and nginx server. So let's get started with creating an instance. So creating an instance in an AWS server is pretty easy. First you have to search for EC2 in this search bar. So if you type EC2, it is going to show something like this. So if you click on here, you will be greeted with this instance dashboard. So all you have to click on this launch instance. So if you click here, it will ask you to enter a name of the server and then select Ubuntu as the operating system. Then you can either choose T2 micro or T3 micro depending on your requirements. Then create a new pair, giving it a name that you want. And for using it with putty, you can click this on ppk and then click create new pair, and this is going to download the pair file, which I'm not going to do for this video because I already have an instance created. So here you can enable https and http traffic. After then you can click on advanced details, and then here you can enable the termination protection, as well as you can enable the stop protection so that the server does not turn off by itself at any step. Then click on launch instance, and this is going to install and set up an instance for you. And after then you will be able to see something like this. And if you click here, as I already have one, so you will be greeted with an public ID IP. Then you have DNS as well. Both of them can be used here depending on your necessity. So you can either use the IP address or this DNS domain, I mean subdomain, and either of them is going to open your API. So after then you have to click on connect, then click on connect again, and this is going to open a new window, and you will be on the terminal environment of the server. So I have created a file here in GitHub that you can access through this link, and here you will be able to see all the links that you have to, I mean all the commands that you have to execute in the terminal. So in order to copy paste anything, you can simply just right click and copy paste anything as you wish. And here at first you have to run this command to update the library of Ubuntu, so that we can use the package manager properly to install all the dependent software that we need, or let's say Python or pip commands that we want to install. And here you have to install nginx. So this is the server for the API, as well as it will work as the proxy. And here we have uvicorn that will serve the API. And here you can install a virtual environment, and then you have the virtual environment creation command, and then writing this command is going to start the virtual environment. And then you can create a requirements.txt file in your Python project, and here you can install everything. So after the installation for the libraries have been finished, you can now create a service file that will be easy to manage and easy to restart for any Flask API based changes. So you will create this fast API service file. Then this is the information that you have to enter, and before you do this, you have to put all your API file inside the path you want to put it on, and create a virtual environment using this. So make sure to do this, and I'm not going to go through the command execution here because the video will get longer, and due to that I'm going to explain the process that you have to follow here, and I hope it will be easier for you to do. So all you have to do is create the folder that you want to put your app file with, and then create a virtual environment like this. And you have to install uvicorn for serving the API. And here you can change the port if needed, and that's how it is going to work. And after then you can save the changes, then click on I mean run these 4 commands to start your fast API server. And if everything is working properly, it should show as active. And if there is any problem, you can try to debug that. And after then you have to port forward your fast API backend service to the front end, and for that you have to run this, and this is going to create the configuration file, and here you have to put the server IP in this part, and then it is going to forward all the incoming traffic to this particular port that will be running in the background using the service that we created earlier. And here you can simply delete this previous default file, and then you have to move it to sites available, then create a symlink of the file so that it works better. And after then you can simply just restart the nginx server and then FastAPI service, and that should be it. If everything works perfectly, it should be able to show the API as working like this. You can as you can see, and all of the command will be available here in this list, which I'll be also including in the description section, and that's how you will be able to set up everything in no time. So if you have any question about this, or if you want any detailed video on this, you can write down in the comment section below. I also have a different video on how this type of setup is done for FastAPI service. You can look at that video to understand more in-depth tutorial on how this is done. And other than that, this is all about how you can set up a FastAPI service, and thank you very much for watching.